My name is Candace. I'm the owner of I Heart Black Business, and I want to welcome everybody here today to our first Lunch and Learn event. This is going to be a really interactive event. We want you guys to ask questions. Just really participate if there's any type of information that you want to know. This is the space to ask. If you want to actually pull out your phones or computers and follow along on the website, please do that. This is, again, the space to do that. We brought the actual professionals out here. If you fill out applications, the people who are going to be looking at those, they are here in the room today. So ask every single question that comes to your mind. We want you to walk out of here very knowledgeable so you can share this information with everybody else in your network, and you can take advantage of every opportunity that is presented today. So let me tell you a little bit about I Heart Black Business, then I will introduce the other Black-owned businesses that are also participating in here today. So I Heart Black Business is a corporate event production company. We just started back in 2019, and we promote and support Black-owned businesses. So every event that we host is going to involve Black-owned businesses in some form or function. Most of the time, behind the scenes, whatever's happening behind the scenes will be a Black business used as a vendor, or we're going to be using the event to market and promote Black-owned businesses. Everything's going to be local, so anytime you show up and you participate, you buy something, you are supporting another small business based in Johnson or Lynn County, or sometimes other parts of Iowa as well. So some people do travel to come out and be supported as well. So you have schedules on your table. That QR code is going to send you to the link with the rest of our events. That is also the website for I Heart Black Business. So if you ever want to get in contact with any of us, you want us to host or help you create or develop an event, we can do that too. If you want to see any other events that we've done in the past, all of that information is on that website. So we will be here. You might be hearing our name a little bit more. We plan on being more active. And this year we're going to be planning a lot more events around supporting and building entrepreneurs. So we're going to do a lot more of these workshops and networking events, so that we can actually build that community and make sure that the entrepreneurs are getting the support that they're actually looking for. So that's I Heart Black Business in a nutshell. We were privileged enough to get other Black-owned businesses to participate in this event as well. You are currently sitting in Dream City. This is a Black-owned nonprofit. This is really a Black business hub as well. There are multiple other Black-owned businesses who have offices within this building. The Kingdom Center is a church. That's also a Black-founded church. That is also in this building as well. And Dream City also has multiple other community programs within Dream City. So it's really a whole Black business hub. You can get lost in the networking if at any time you don't have anything to do, you just want to meet more people, just stop by. There's always something happening here. So the owner for Dream City is actually Fred Newell. He's back here getting his plate. Did you want to say anything?
I think you said it all.
All right, awesome. You can Google Dream City, all the events, websites, everything, all his community programs will pop up. He's done really well with his SEO, so literally just type in Dream City, everything will pop up. After that, we also have food. So our first food vendor is actually the Flava Unit. So both of the lovely people in the back are actually the owners of the shop. Did you guys want to say anything about your business?
Yeah. So my name is Z. My husband's name is Tommy Brown. We're based out of North Liberty, Iowa. We have been self-taught chefs for a long time, probably over 25 years. And me and him just put together what our favorites are, and that's what made us want to go into the Flava Unit. That's what we call ourselves, the unit, because it's two of us, and it's a lot of us that contribute to our business. So we're just getting started June of last year. Originally, back in 2011, we cooked at Iowa City Jazz Festival as Z's Jerk Pit. So we were doing a jerk chicken Caribbean theme then. Now this is more of a Caribbean American fusion of just street foods. So if you notice on our cards, please take a card. If you notice, it says from streets eats meats, or street meats to eats. So it's streets, which is us, and we're meeting the food industry. So we're taking what we know from our home and talk skills, bring it to fruition. Thank you.
Awesome. So our other food vendor is Café On the Go. The lovely owner is also in the back, Miss Rachel. Do you want to speak about your business today?
Yeah, so we are a mobile type cafe. I am a coffee roaster for Cafe Del Sol, and I'm also in the process of purchasing a roasting company. We also do, besides our drinks, we have pastries as well from other local small businesses. I want to promote all the business in Iowa City as we can. So we do feature different pastries from different vendors. We started Café On the Go last year in February, and I did a mobile cafe because we have a lot of coffee shops here, and there's a lot of places that don't have access to coffee all the time. So that way we can go to the different churches, schools, warehouses, and just factories. And we also cater and do private events.
Awesome. So these are all the various Black-owned businesses that are here today. So you just being here is actually supporting each and every one of our businesses. So again, we appreciate you guys coming out. We like to give and also give back. So this is something that you'll also notice at a lot of the iHeart Black business events. It will always be multifaceted. We want you to have fun and learn as much as possible. So speaking of learning, we're going to get to that part. We are here to talk about the TSB program and everything that the IEDA has to offer. So the Iowa Economic Development Authority is one of the statewide organizations that provides resources for small businesses. So we actually have Ms. Jill here today, and she's going to be telling us a little bit more about that program.
On the targeted small businesses, is it only disabled veterans?
At this point, that's what the legislature has identified. So it was a legislative decision. And at a low rate, I mean, we've had a rating at like 10%. It doesn't have to be huge, but it is a disability.
Okay.
But as a woman business owner, you would also qualify.
So, yep, targeted small business development loan manager for Iowa Economic Development Authority. I actually lived in Iowa City from 98 till about 2012. So I do know Miss Elise, and I have one of her wreaths on my door right now. So, yep. So, and we know that an important part of business, whether you're starting up or expanding, is the funding. So our loan program is to provide, hopefully to provide financing to those who do not have the means to your traditional financing. Right now, we offer a loan of up to $50,000 with a 3% interest rate. Just depending on the amount you borrow, we have terms up to 60 months.
Well, and I was told that they were not even doing business loans during COVID. Like I went to like 3 different banks a couple years ago, and so I did a personal loan. So I don't know if that's still the case or what. But.
Yeah. Now you got another option.
Yeah, absolutely.
And these loans are unsecured, so you're not having to do collateral for it either.
So for us that are looking for loans if they need more, I know the last grant opportunity just closed a couple of weeks ago, I think. Like for mine, since I have a loan with Kiva, so I don't want to do 2 loans at the same time. Is there any more funding options available for us besides the loans?
So right now, we don't offer any grants at this time. All we do have is the loan program. Not sure when any grants may come available, if at all.
In the 7 years I've been there, the only time we did grants was really at the height of COVID. It's very rare. And I think that there are those other opportunities. I would encourage you to look into the Black and Brown Summit, that pitch competition, or the Hy-Vee pitch competition. Those are some of those opportunities where it's a straight out, money, because you're not having to then report out on a grant that you got and that type of thing. But I don't think we're likely to see small business grants from the state come out here, unless we were to have a whole other round of COVID again. But, well, thank you. That's helpful for us to hear, and I think gives us maybe a next location to target on to. And we are excited to be out and about, and we're excited to be a resource, be able to I always like to say, my husband knows this, I'm terrified of like government officials, and he's like, well, you're a government official. So it's like, I know, so don't ever hesitate to reach out to us, but I know how that feels sometimes, and we like to put a face to the name so that you know that we're here to help.
So I would also just throw this out there that once you do get certified, things start moving really quickly. So be prepared for that. If you're looking to get certified to use this as a resource, it will start like immediately. So I receive lots of communications. Like Jill mentioned earlier, the CROS program. I didn't know anything about like state procurement or, getting hired by the government to do things. And there's a whole list. You'll receive multiple emails with every opportunity that pops up. So me, I was like, I'm an event planner. So like, who's gonna hire, like, what would the government need an event planner for? And I searched through it, and sure enough, there was an opportunity in Des Moines that somebody wanted an event planner to put together something for like an entire school district. And I was just like, oh. So it really is something there for everybody. So regardless of like what products or services, because you rarely see anything about event planning anywhere. So I was highly doubtful. I was like, I'm sign up anyway, but I doubt that, there'll be an opportunity. But there actually was, and there will be notifications. So every time there's an opportunity out there, like she says, we get alerted 2 days before the public does. You will receive an email about it. And you will get to see the list of everybody else who already put in bids. You get to see like where their company sits. So there was one opportunity, like the Des Moines School District. I thought it was really excited. I looked further into it and saw the other companies that were already putting in bids. They were much larger than mine. So I was like, I'm not going to put in a proposal or anything. But it was motivation for me to continue to build and grow my business. And now I know that people are looking for these services. So it's encouragement and motivation for you to continue building your business, because someone's definitely looking for it. And it lets you know that there's a trajectory that you can work towards in order to get to another level. So definitely just take advantage of the resource. Once you get certified, it's literally just a resource for other resources. Like they said, they like to connect people, and they're really good at that with that program. And speaking of some of the topics that you guys wanted to consider, more things that you wanted help with, there is that red QR code that's on your schedules that has our events listed for future months in the year. So as Jill and Kim mentioned, business plans really hold people up. The SBA will be coming out next month to actually talk about business plans, help you work through that, help you decide how to choose what type of business you should have, how to pick products and services, and the business basics. We will have a tax specialist coming out, because taxes is one thing that never gets covered, that people, like I've asked people about accounting and everyone has a different answer. Nobody uses the same resources. Nobody knows how to fully use the resources that they are utilizing. So we will have a business tax specialist coming out in May, and we will have a lawyer speaking about business law and how to make sure you properly set up your entity structures, you know how to do trademarks and all those things in April. So definitely utilize that link. All these things, continue to let us know like what type of topics you want covered, because these are all things that entrepreneurs struggle with, and the resources aren't always there for us to figure out how to move along. And a lot of times we start our businesses and we don't have the answers yet, so we try to figure it out as we go along, and sometimes it could be too late in one area or the other. So we want to make sure we're providing these resources and making the connections with the organization so we can avoid those mistakes and help someone else avoid that mistake with their businesses as well. So thank you all for coming. If there's no other questions, we have all the IEDA's resources up here, business cards up here as well for everybody who's out here, and you can use the rest of the time to get more food, network, ask them one-on-one questions if you want as well. So thank you all for coming.
Thank you.